Can you close down a company owing thousands to HMRC? The answer is yes, you can. Is it desirable? Absolutely not, clearly. But there has to be a procedure where a company can be brought to a close when it owes thousands to HMRC. The amount, obviously, is going to be a question for potential director misconduct, but it doesn't stop a company being shut and closed down that shouldn't continue to trade. Potentially for a director, it's more important that they stop trading to avoid the risk of wrongful trading than they keep going and make an even bigger mess of the situation. Now, how do you close it down? Voluntary strike-off is one option. However, it can be objected to by HMRC and they can potentially then petition for it to go into compulsory liquidation instead. And it will, generally speaking, do that if the debt is many, many thousands of pounds. To avoid that potential situation, you go into creditors' voluntary liquidation, where the director sorts it out and puts the company into liquidation. HMRC will generally let you do that. Alternatively, if you sit back and do nothing, then ultimately HMRC, for many thousands of pounds, will clearly petition for the winding up of the company. The issue isn't, however, so much a case of the fact that you're going into closure for many thousands of pounds. The issue is really rather more important of what director misconduct, if any, has transpired, because that is really where the risk for a director is. Obviously, if the debt is very substantial, or more substantial, potentially the greater the risk for misconduct, but it doesn't necessarily follow there can be misconduct for small debts to HMRC or other creditors, for example. Directors, where there's been misconduct, have to consider director disqualification. Trading to the detriment of the Crown is a material issue that is frequently looked at by the Insolvency Service for director disqualification. As far as wrongful trading, obviously, if you keep on trading when you owe money to creditors, there's potential there, and there's a personal liability risk. As far as HMRC is concerned as well, if there has been misconduct, there's potential for personal liability notice to be served on the directors. But the basic principle is you can shut a company and close it down owing thousands to HMRC. Perfectly lawful. Questions, queries, concerns, give us a shout. We know insolvency inside out.